Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil and it's time to talk about The Leftovers. We're almost halfway through season 2, guys, and man, has it been a crazy season so far. I feel like up to this point has all been preamble, and now the story's starting properly for the season, because the entire first 4 episodes, it felt like they all took place within the span of 48 hours, minus the stuff happening back in New York with Lori and Tom. But I want to know what's happening with their story now that they're putting Tom out there as a new hugger, a Wayne 2.0. They're almost starting their own little cult, it seems, but I want to see where that story goes. But I feel like we might not be going there just yet, because so much is happening in Miracle, Texas. We got confirmation last episode with these awesome Patty scenes with Kevin, that Kevin tried to kill himself. Whether he was consciously trying to do it, or whether it all happened during his sleepwalking, or what, it's hard to say for sure. And yet he tried to drown himself in the town reservoir, and the only thing that saved him was the reservoir miraculously going dry. Did the town save him because they, like, is this a lost thing? The island's not done with you yet? Is this miracle isn't done with you yet? You have to stay alive until you do something that hasn't happened? I don't know, but it's a cool idea. But you also have to start asking, why did Kevin want to kill himself exactly? Is he that trapped? Is this whole new happy family of his an illusion and it's just damage control, like Patty said? So that's interesting. Interesting enough to the point that Nora's now handcuffing herself to Kevin when they go to bed at night, so that he doesn't wander off again, because she can't go through the trauma of thinking that maybe he's disappeared. She can't go through that again. And she tells herself over and over and over again that 1014 was a one-time event. It's never going to happen again. And yet that's where her mind goes first when Kevin goes missing. And there seems to be at least some circumstantial evidence that the 3 girls that went missing at the reservoir did in fact get vanished. But it's such a different event than 1014. They've disappeared without explanation. Patty says they vanished, and for whatever reason, we take the word of dead people more seriously than the word of the living. They're more trustworthy, as Hurley says. But if we're going to believe Patty, then they did vanish. They did disappear. But it seems to be just these 3 girls. They were all in the same place at the same time. Maybe it is a matter of geography. But I'm also interested in the chronology of the evening. Did they disappear before Kevin slept? Before Kevin went to kill himself? Or did they see Kevin kill himself, and did that cause them to disappear? Did the draining of the lake exact a price? So to save Kevin, these 3 girls had to disappear. I'm grasping at straws, but I'm like everybody in the world of The Leftovers. You're looking for explanation. You're looking for reason. You're looking for why things happen, and maybe there just aren't answers. Well, that's interesting. So Evie's gone. Her brother's convinced. Patty says it's the case. Kevin's pretty sure. And it feels like her parents, Evie's parents, are also starting to wrap their heads around that possibility. And there's obviously a lot of coping that they're going to have to go through for the duration of the series, as they come to terms with that idea. And what's going to happen to Miracle itself? Miracle's entire reputation, its entire being is centered around the idea that nobody disappeared, and now all of a sudden 3 residents have poofed. They are no longer the 9,261. They are 9,258. Yeah, I don't know. It's such a fascinating premise, and I feel like we're just skimming the surface right now. There's so much deeper we can dig over the course of this season. I'm really excited to see where it goes. What else? There's other crazy things happening. Like, if Matt's to believed, Mary woke up for a night. She came back, which is why he believes in the power of this town, and yet everyone else is encouraging him to keep that very much on the DL. He's not supposed to talk about it. There are no miracles in Miracle. But Matt has seen this miracle of his wife coming back, even if it was temporary, even if it was just for one evening. But why? Why did she come back? Why was it just a taste like that? Why is that all that's going on? I'm convinced that Mary will eventually come back more, if only because I know the actress. I know Janelle Maloney. She was wonderful in The West Wing, and it would be an absolute crime to make her just sit in the background without expression for the entire series. So I really, really hope that at some point Mary comes out of her catatonic state. I don't know where this show is going. Every step it takes feels natural and yet surprising. It all makes sense in retrospect, but none of it makes sense in the moment, and it's beautiful. It's incredibly well crafted. It's incredibly well written and structured. The performances are amazing, and I'm having a really hard time finding anything to fault in this show. One other thing going on. What's going on in Australia? Kevin Sr. went off to Australia early this season. We've seen the guy living up on the pole. He's sending mail to Australia. We're hearing news reports from Australia about a man who was resurrected after 3 days. There's lots going on in Australia. What's that whole story about? Those aren't little Easter eggs. Those are clues leading to a greater story. And what's happening with Tom and Laurie? I need to know that story too. Presumably all these threads will come together by the end of the season. How? I have no clue, but sign me up. I'm here for the ride. I'm loving the ride. I hope you guys are too. So let's get into it. This is episode 5 of series 2, and it's called No Room at the Inn. Is he filming his wife? Just in case she wakes up while he's asleep? Huh.
Sweetheart.
If this is No Room at the Inn, and her name is Mary, and this is kind of like the manger, just a little shed behind the church, does that make Matt Joseph? Man. I'm honestly not sure if I could be that kind of caregiver. I so much respect for whoever does, but what a sacrifice. I guess I'm just more selfish than that, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe you just do it because it has to be done. What's up with this guy and the goats? Every so often he slaughters one, but every so other times he just wanders them around town. Okay, we're seeing her thumb move semi-regularly. What's that all about? This music is so upbeat for what seems like such a sad existence. Well, we wouldn't be filming her if at some point she doesn't wake up again, right? It's Chekhov's camera. She opens her eyes like semi-regularly over the course of the night, but does that mean anything? And we're just doing it again. All over again. Is he just feeding her through a tube? Like she doesn't eat anything? She's that catatonic? How many reps are we gonna do with this? You can see he's getting a little down. Yeah, the thunder roll over the music. He's losing hope. He's losing faith.
Mary, please look at me.
Please.
I can't understand why you came back and went away again.
Yeah.
I'm doing it all exactly the same way it was that day. The same song, the same place, the church, the supermarket, the same fruit in your shake, the same burrito, but it isn't working.
He's trying to repeat the magic.
We spoke. And we laughed. And we...
Oh, man.
And I don't know why you went back to sleep. Is it a test?
It's a test if you think it's a test. They made love. Was it so that she could get pregnant? Is she going to get pregnant? Lindelof likes crazy pregnancy stories.
You need to look at me now, Mary, okay?
Oh, Matt.
Look at me!
Oh. Look at yourself, Matt. Look at yourself. Oh, man. There's an intro for you. Just let the mystery be. Just let the mystery be.
I think they could invest in a bigger bridge, huh?
One-lane bridge into a national park.
That's true, Matt, but then the town would lose its authenticity.
We have runners.
Runners. Oh. How does... Is this after... Oh, yeah, no, he's been handing out the missing sign, so this is all post.
Go, baby, go!
Go, baby, go. Matt episodes are fascinating. We only get like one a season, but...
Anything in her behavior to suggest a change?
Sort of, but I can't talk about it. A lot of urine-related shots in this episode so far.
No! Shit!
No, it's pee.
Shit!
You gotta grab it.
Please, just come on back in. It's important.
There's obviously something that they've seen in the results. Is it that... Is she still back and she's just pretending to have been comatose? What's going on with Mary?
You failed to disclose your wife's condition. You did not tell us that she was pregnant.
What? She's pregnant.
We couldn't have children.
It's another
I
miracle.
never thought...
Is the pregnancy still okay? I mean, obviously it's at risk because of that.
If she is not capable of giving her consent for a test, she cannot give her consent for anything. You take my meaning.
No. She was awake when we...
Oh, man.
I would never do that.
Man, it's muddy already, but all Matt's thinking about is how amazing this is. I'm so worried for Matt that he's in some kind of trouble now.
It's that place!
And that's the
That's
only
why
reason
you
she
woke up, isn't it?
So this could happen.
That's his perception of it, for sure.
Poor guy.
We're just a couple of miles out of town. I can give you a ride.
Is that your wristband?
He's gonna get attacked for his wristband. Don't trust this guy. I don't trust this guy
hey!
at all. He's
What's
got a
your
ring.
name?
Yeah.
Is that your son?
Yeah. Saw it coming, still
sorry.
hated it.
Get his wristband, son.
This is... He's sick.
Careful, don't rip it.
I can't get it off.
Oh. Oh, Matt. Matt stories are always the worst.
Matt.
Whoa. Is she talking?
Matt, we have to hurry.
Mary?
He won't last out here.
Is this real?
Get us back in.
Is this real, or is he just having a vision? Is he hallucinating? Like, I don't trust anything in this show. Yeah.
I heard you. We'll go right now.
He's having visions. Or delusions, or... And he doesn't have his phone. No other... How is this not a busier road if it's the entrance to the park?
Almost home.
Hey! Do you want tickets in? I know all the ways.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to return to camp.
We live in the park. We were attacked.
Y'all need to go to the visitor center, get yourself some replacement bands, okay?
Yeah. Kindness, but not full kindness. There's still bureaucracy.
Is this gonna take much longer? We got a wedding in town.
You said it was a sanctuary pass?
Yes, Reverend Massey sponsored us.
Excuse me? Can you help us?
Could you just wait a minute? Our wristbands were
Jesus Christ, man,
stolen,
step
and now they
aside.
won't give us any new ones. I'm on the phone.
I don't care. I've got my documents, and you don't. So why don't you just roll her on out of here? Because she doesn't look like she's in a rush to get anywhere.
Whoa.
Let's see them, huh?
What is... Matt has the worst stories, but Mary is... I need to know more.
She's not pretending.
What is she?
He will die. She says if you don't get her back inside, he will die.
Whoa. How did...
Jesus, man. You okay? Yeah. You zip-tied him? The man got a busted hand. Works at the church. What were y'all doing in Austin?
Just getting a test, a scan for Mary to see if there's been any change in her condition.
Was there?
No.
Except for the pregnant part.
How is that?
What? So the longer we're out here, I need to get Mary back into town now.
Why?
What?
There are no miracles in Miracle.
Did she wake up?
Is he allowed
You
to
brought
say...
her here, all the way to Miracle, Texas, and she woke up. Right. And while she was awake, you made love.
It's the truth, but...
And then, shit, she went right back to this. That the story you gonna tell? That doesn't happen here. People don't get healed.
What? Oh, man.
You gotta tell me the truth.
It's the truth, but...
The truth.
Admit you're a rapist, or...
You need to say that you were sad and lonely and confused. Jesus, John. That's the truth.
Why is John stuck on this idea so much? That there are no miracles in Miracle. Because
He never woke up.
he knows different, but he's keeping it a secret. I feel like...
She never woke up.
What's the miracle John witnessed that's convinced him that this is the way he has to be?
Okay. Let's get you home.
What happened to you?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You're angry at this place. What happened to you?
Great question, but very dangerous question right now, I feel.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to get those wristbands after all.
Oh.
Come on. Hey, John.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm gonna need money. How much do you have?
Wow. So he's gonna find the guy in the camp and find the alternate way in for all the money he's got. But is it gonna be enough? Man. What? Are we? Such weirdness. Oh.
You want to free him?
Yes, of course.
Then take his place.
Oh. That's this messed up Burning Man. He looks vaguely familiar. Have we seen him?
Could you get out of the chair?
No.
1,000.
Just over 400 here. I'll get you the rest when we're in
Come
town.
on, friend.
Can you help me? Almer, please.
Yes. For 1,000.
I'm calling upon your sense of community and charity. Mary and I need some money so that I can get
How much?
600.
$500.
The Bible. You got a favorite book?
Job.
What's his wife's name?
She isn't named. And she speaks only once.
Wait right here.
I like her. I hope this isn't the only bit we get of her. She's fascinating. I like her trailer too. Great set deck. Okay. What? This whole town
This is Reggie.
This whole camp makes me nervous.
You'll do it?
I haven't asked him yet. You gotta hit him. Just once. But as hard as you can with this.
And he has to say it.
Yeah, when you hit him, you gotta say Brian.
Brian? Is that his sort of penance?
If you do this, it counts. You're a man of God, right?
What on earth? Hit a man as hard as you can with a canoe paddle. And say
Go on,
Brian.
shoot, you sick fucks. Go on. Come on, hit him hard. Come on.
Are we spanking him or are we hitting him in the head? Oh, this is so messed up. He's got a broken hand.
No!
Say it. Say it.
No!
Why won't he
Come on,
say it?
hit harder.
I hit him.
Whoa. Is he okay? Did you just kill him? There's
Was
just
that hard enough, or do I need another oar?
It's not an aura, it was a paddle. There's a difference.
You are short $60.
Why didn't he ask for 600? Why didn't he ask for 600?
We are good to go. Are you claustrophobic?
How far?
Storm drain?
Just a couple of minutes. There's a gate on the other end. Sometimes they lock with chain.
I feel like going into a storm
What do you
drain
think, Mary?
during a storm is a bad idea. In fact, it's a terrible idea. I love the self-lighting of this scene. Yeah, like I feel like he just lost the lantern. Oh man, Matt's life just sucks. Everything sucks.
Get the fuck out! Now!
New room for them in the inn. What's going to be the manger substitute? Oh. They're calling his name. Is that Erica?
Nora?
Oh. Of course it's not.
Get in.
They're searching trunks,
We won't search ours. There was an anonymous tip that those missing girls were spotted out here in the encampment. Get in the trunk.
They're distracting all the park rangers. Are we going to get a Mary moment at the end of this episode? I really want to see her wake up again, because obviously that moment in the car was just a hallucination of sorts.
I only did Yeats to get you to fall in love with me. I don't need poetry anymore. And you said you still need it.
Keep doing Yeats.
The silver apples off the moon. The golden apples of the sun.
Gold? Are we okay? Sounds urgent.
There's an accident. Goddamn goats.
Freaking goats! Oh my god.
He's dead.
Is it the guy that stole his bracelet? And the kid? Yeah. Are you gonna take your bracelet back? And the kid? Where's the kid?
That's mine.
No sanctuary for you, kid. But the kid needs sanctuary, Matt.
Will you take care of her? Just for a little while.
God damn it, Matt. Seriously?
Where are you gonna be?
Not far.
I feel like he's gonna end up in Australia or something.
Good night.
Now they've got to take care of Mary? That's a huge ask, Matt. Huge. Does the kid still have his bracelet?
My wife woke up the first night we arrived in your town. And there may be no way to prove it, but it happened. And I won't ever say it didn't.
There are no miracles in Miracle.
I don't want your wristband. I have no doubt that she'll wake up again soon. And when she does, I'm gonna come back. And you and I will have a talk.
What did happen to John? I mean, there's clearly...
This boy needs help.
And his father did all of that to get the boy into Miracle. So...
God can be so hilarious.
He's gonna
Okay.
repent.
Okay, what?
I want to free him.
Why?
Because it's my turn.
Holy crikeys, guys. The Matt episodes on this show are mind-blowing. I've never seen a man beat so down in a single episode of television before, I don't think. And it all just felt like the stages of hell or something. He spent all basically the entire episode trying to get back into Miracle, only to give it all up at the end so that this kid could stay and get help, and his wife, Mary, can stay and get help, and he can save this guy in the camp by taking his place at the repent pillory. That's the word I'm looking for. It is a pillory, right? Or is it the stocks? I don't know, one or the other, or maybe both. Anyway, Matt, such a fascinating character, and I loved that scene with him and John when John was going to sponsor him and let him get him in, and Matt has to ask the question, what happened to you? Why will you not believe in miracles? And that makes John change his mind. He doesn't want to deal with that conversation. Clearly something happened to John that makes him so adamant that there are no miracles in Miracle, and anyone who claims otherwise is going to get punished by him. He'll kick somebody out. He'll burn their house down. There are no miracles in Miracle. And when we flash back to, I think it was the first episode of this season, when we were in that church scene and Matt was about to tell his story, and the other minister, the local minister, steered him away from doing that. Part of it was because the town doesn't need to hear it, but I think it was also because John in particular was in the audience. John's a frightening man, especially when it comes to protecting that idea that there are no miracles in Miracle. What the heck happened to John? I trust Damon Lindelof enough to know that we're going to get that story before the season's over. But man, I want to know. I need to know, and I know when I find out what it is, it's going to be way more insane than anything I could picture or imagine right now. So of course they made love. Mary woke up for 3 hours on their first day in Miracle. They spoke. For the first time in 3 years, they made love. And then it was over. It was over. And Matt lost it. And was that the only reason Mary woke up? Or is there any reason to anything in this world? That's one of the massive underlying questions of this entire show. Is there any reason for anything? Is there a why? And if there is, does the why matter? But as a man of faith, you look for reason. You attribute purpose to every mystery. And so if your wife becomes pregnant, despite the fact that you spent 10 years trying to and failing, then it's a miracle. It's a sign. It's a message from God. It means something greater than just my wife got pregnant. And yet at that moment when Matt's so happy that his wife is pregnant and he's gotten her home, he decides this is not where he belongs. So what's his mission for the rest of the season? Where is he going? What purpose has he given himself? What message has he taken away from everything that happened in this episode? Because Matt is one who attributes meaning to these sorts of events. It's not just that was a shitty day. It was, I see what I have to do now. And is he just going to live in the camp? Is he just going to live in that pillory repenting? Is that where he'll be for the remainder of the season? Or is he going to, when somebody frees him, when somebody takes his place, what will he do? Where will he go? I know he said he'd stay close, but I got this funny feeling he's going to tie into this Australia storyline before the season's over as well. But I don't even know what the Australia storyline is. I just know we're hearing Australia much more than we should. So it has to mean something. What it means. Maybe nothing means anything. Like, the guilty remnant, that was their message. Nothing means anything. It's nihilism. There is no purpose. There is no meaning of life. We just live and we die and it's over. And maybe that's the only way you can cope in a world where 140 million people disappear. I don't know, man. This show, every episode, like there's no way to predict this show. Every episode it blindsides you. Every scene blindsides you. There's no roadmap that's clear. This story is unlike any other story. Like, the reason we can predict what happens in a lot of movies and television and books is because we know similar stories. We know these archetypal stories. Boy gets girl, boy loses girl, boy wins girl back. We know the chosen one narrative. We know all these different stories, these meta stories that we hear over and over and over again in our lives. And when you recognize one, when you're in the middle of it, you go, oh, this is the thing that has to happen next. I don't know what this story is. It doesn't match any other story, any archetype that I'm aware of. And yet it's beautiful. And it's so well done. And it's so interesting. But it's unique. As far as I can tell. If you've got your ideas about how the hero's journey fits into this narrative or however you want to identify it, I'd love to hear your theories, but I'm at a loss, and yet I love it. I love every bit of it because it's just so well executed. It's so well told. It feels I keep coming back to this. It just feels real, even though it's this completely alternate world. It just feels genuine and real and human and honest and complicated and dirty and muddy and contradictory and human. What a crazy show. Thank you guys for turning me on to it. Alright, that's enough of me dealing with a blown mind. Thank you guys so much for spending a little bit of time with me today. Love to hear your thoughts and comments about this show. I know it doesn't get huge numbers, but I know the fans that do turn in, all of you who are watching right now, I know how much you love this show. Nobody kind of likes The Leftovers. You either never discovered it or you're in love with it. And yeah, I'm in love with it, just like you guys. So don't forget to come back next week for my next reaction. If you can't wait that long, be sure to check out my Patreon. The next couple of weeks are already up. And until then, everybody, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.